Hello everyone! After playing with the Virtual Boy emulator on the 3DS for a while, I got impressed how much wasted potential the system had. The 3D effects of its games are on a totally different level. It's not just different layers like a 3DS game, but the sprites are actually drawn 2 times. This makes a pretty impressive 3D effect. And I found out that there's a pretty big community of the Virtual Boy on the internet. There's even an engine to make your own Virtual Boy games, and a lot of fan games and ports, like the Street Fighter 2 port. So I immediately got the desire of getting a system. After searching for a while, I found this complete set, with only one problem: the system is broken on the visors. But after researching for a bit, I think that the problem is easy to fix. So I bought it, and in today's video we're gonna take a deep look. Starting from the box, the condition of the system is amazing, at least for its age. The sticker on the front is already deteriorating, but everything else is in a pretty good condition. It even has the sticker with the serial of the console. In the back of the box we can see all of the titles that were planned to the system. And it's funny how Wario Land was called Wario Cruise at some point. With a box this old, I had to open it carefully to not damage anything. And I know you won't believe this, but I have to say that the cardboard still smells like new. Here we have all of the manuals, and we'll take a look at them later. And here's the Virtual Boy controller, and I have to say, this controller is weird. Not only the shape of the controller is totally unconventional, but the power switch is located in the controller itself. And look at this weird shape. The D-pad and buttons are lower than the grips. It feels very different from anything I've ever used so far. And the triggers on this controller feels like modern triggers, even though they're round. And taking a look at the D-pad, they are extremely concave, and they're pretty small like a GameCube D-pad. And I have to say, even though they're this concave, they're not hard to use. The buttons feels pretty much like Game Boy buttons. The cable of the controller is also pretty small, which makes sense because the controller won't be used very far from the system. Looking at the game, here's Mario's Tennis that came bundled with the console. And there's something very unusual on this cartridge. The connector uses a pin layout. It's totally different from regular cartridges. But honestly, I like it. This is way more protected against rust and corrosion than regular pads. The tripod of the console is also in a great shape. This middle piece is famous for cracking because of the weight of the system. A small crack seems to be forming here. I'll make sure not to open the stand all the way to avoid cracking mine. And the main system is also in a great condition. Another cool detail is that even the cardboard has the code of the console written on it. In the cartridge port, you can see what happens when you push the cartridge in. It pushes the spring-loaded plastic, revealing the pins. The lenses are also pretty good, with only a few micro scratches on it. This IPD slider will change the distance between the lenses. And the focus slider will change the distance between the mirrors and the display. Now let's have a quick look at the manuals. This section is interesting. There are posts for the game cartridge cover on the console itself. But it is wobbly and it won't hold it very well. I'm not sure if this is only with my system or what. You can see here how Nintendo was scared of this system. There are warnings everywhere. I wonder what Nintendo would do if they received this in the mail today. Would they actually send the batteries? The Virtual Boy uses 6 AA batteries, and the battery pack is perfect as well, without any sign of leakage of the batteries. Let's turn it on and see what problem it has. And that's it for this video, everyone. In the next part, I'm gonna open this Virtual Boy and attempt to fix this. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'll see you next time.